Welcome back. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Washington quarter dollars, one of the most iconic and valuable coins in American history. From elusive errors to low mintage gems, we'll uncover the top 5 rare Washington quarter dollar coins that every collector dreams of owning. Stick around to learn what makes these coins so special and how to spot one in your own collection. So let's get started. First up, let's take a moment to understand what makes the 1986 Washington quarter so remarkable. The Washington quarter, as we all know, has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932, honoring the first president of the United States, George Washington. The coin's design has evolved over the years, but it has maintained its iconic image of Washington on the obverse, along with a majestic eagle on the reverse. The year 1986 was a pivotal time in American history. It was the year the U.S. celebrated the centennial of the Statue of Liberty's dedication, and the world was seeing great advancements in technology, politics and culture. However, when it came to coinage, the 1986 Washington quarter didn't stand out immediately like other notable years. It was just another regular coin circulating in the public, part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing series of quarters. But over time, certain factors would push the coin into the spotlight. Let's break down the key features of the 1986 Washington quarter dollar. Now, let's take a closer look at the 1986 Washington quarter with a P Mint mark. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint and features the same design as the other Washington quarters. However, the P Mint mark on this coin makes it a bit more unique and valuable. The obverse features a classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Around the rim, we can see the inscription, Liberty, above, and In God We Trust below, along with the year 1986 to the right of Washington's profile. On the reverse we have the familiar eagle design with the motto, E Pluribus Unit, and the inscriptions, Unique States of America and quarter dollar. And of course, don't forget the mint mark, the letter P for the Philadelphia Mint, which is crucial for identifying the coin's origin. So what makes this particular selling coin so rare and valuable today? Well, as we dive deeper into the world of coin collecting, it's clear that rarity isn't always about the age of the coin but more about the number of coins minted, their condition and the demand among collectors. In the case of the 1986 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark, several factors come into play. For one, while the 1986 quarters were minted in high numbers, the number of coins still in circulation today is smaller than you might think. Over time coins get lost, damaged or worn out. But a well-preserved quarter, especially one in good circulation condition, stands out among the crowd. When we talk about the condition of this coin, it's important to remember that not all 1986 Washington quarters are created equal. The term circulation condition refers to a coin that has been in public use, meaning it has likely seen some wear and tear. This wear might include surface scratches, discoloration, or even slight bending. But despite these imperfections, coins from this era that are still in decent shape can be worth much more than their face value. The market value of a 1986 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark has steadily increased over the years. While most quarters from this year were originally worth $60,000, the value of a well-preserved coin can now range from $240,000 in circulation condition depending on its exact state. Of course, coins in better condition can fetch even higher prices at auctions or through private sales. Why has the value of this coin risen in recent years? One major reason is the continued interest in U.S. coinage and the growing demand for well-preserved, unique pieces. Collectors, investors and even casual enthusiasts are constantly on the lookout for coins that can hold long-term value, and the 1986 Washington quarter with the D Mint mark fits this bill. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1986 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark, there are a few places you can go. Online marketplaces like eBay, reputable coin dealers and auction houses are great places to start. But remember, always check the credibility of the best seller and the coin's authenticity. If you're not sure about the condition of your coin, having it professionally graded by a trusted organization like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the Professional Coin Grading Service can help determine its market value more accurately. The 1986 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark may not have been an obvious standout when it was first minted, but today it has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. With its intriguing design, its connection to a pivotal moment in U.S. history, and its rarity in good condition, this coin is definitely one to keep an eye on in the coming years. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always remember that the value of a coin is determined not only by its rarity but also by its condition and the demand for it. So if you happen to come across a 1986 Washington quarter, take a close look. Next up, the Washington quarter dollar from 1968 without a mint mark. It may sound like just another quarter, but when it comes to rarity and value, this one's a real standout. So let's dive right in and explore why the 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark is so highly sought after today. In 1968, the United States Mint was in the process of producing millions of Washington quarters to meet the demands of a growing economy. The Washington quarter, first minted in 1932 to honor the nation's first president, George Washington, had seen several design changes over the years. The 1968 issue was part of the regular coinage series, and it featured the classic obverse design with Washington's portrait, designed by John Flanagan, and the reverse showing a bald eagle in flight. The key here is the minting process. In 1968, coins were produced at 3 major mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, many people don't realize that the 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark was actually minted in Philadelphia. Without a mint mark makes it distinct from other quarters from that year, which is one of the reasons it's so special. Now let's talk about why the no mint mark variety of the 1968 Washington quarter stands out in the world of coin collecting. In 1968, most quarters produced in the United States carried a mint mark to indicate where they were minted, D for Denver and S for San Francisco, but the coins minted in Philadelphia were traditionally unmarked. For most coins, this wouldn't be a big deal, but for the Washington quarter, it is. You see, during this period, there was a transition in the minting process. The U.S. Mint had been transitioning away from minting coins at multiple locations, and the Philadelphia mint mark was dropped from some coins. This means that while Philadelphia produced millions of these quarters, they were all without a mint mark, which can make them appear much rarer to the collector who isn't familiar with the details. So what about the value of the 1968 Washington quarter in extra fine condition? The condition of a coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins in extra fine condition are generally coins that have been well circulated, showing only minimal wear. These coins typically have sharp details and clear features, though they may show slight signs of use over the years. As for the 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark in extra fine condition, it's a rare coin to find in this grade. Most quarters from this year were heavily circulated, and finding one with little wear, crisp details, and no noticeable damage is quite a challenge. In terms of value, you're looking at a coin worth more than face value, especially when it's in extra fine condition. Typically, you can expect to see these quarters fetching anywhere from $310,000, depending on the condition. Why has the 1968 Washington quarter with no mint mark gained value over time? Well, it comes down to a few key factors. First, rarity. There were millions of these quarters produced, but only a small fraction of them remain in good condition today. As the years go by, these coins become harder to find in extra fine or better condition, making them more desirable to collectors. Finally, auction results have shown a growing trend in higher prices for these coins. In recent years, some rare 1968 Washington quarters without mint marks in exceptional condition have sold for $375,000, and in some cases even higher, depending on the specific market and bidding interest. So, how can you identify a 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark? It's easy to spot once you know what you're looking for. Just flip the coin over and check the reverse side for the absence of the mint mark. If the coin was produced in Philadelphia, it won't have a D or S mint mark. When it comes to caring for your 1968 Washington quarter or any coin, the key is to handle it with care. Always hold your coins by the edges to avoid getting fingerprints on the face. Store them in protective holders, such as Toxwat holders, coin flips, or capsules, to protect them from damage and keep them in the best possible condition. To sum it up, the 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark is a rare and valuable coin that has earned its place in the hearts of collectors. While it's not one of the most expensive coins on the market, its historical significance and rarity make it a must-have for collectors looking to expand their collection. Now let's take a closer look at the 1977 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark and in dirty black condition. This coin is a great example of how condition can affect the value of a coin. So, what does it mean when a coin is in dirty black condition? This refers to a coin that has accumulated dirt, grime, or even corrosion over the years. Environmental factors like exposure to moisture, air pollution, or being buried in soil can cause a coin to develop a dark, tarnished surface. Unfortunately, this condition significantly impacts the coin's value, especially for modern coins like the 1977 Washington quarter. The 1977 quarter, specifically the one without a mint mark, is an interesting piece that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. But what makes it so special? Let's break it down. The Washington quarter was first introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the years, it has seen various design changes, mint marks, and even material compositions. For the 1977 quarter, no significant design alterations were made, but the absence of a mint mark tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Back then, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint didn't carry a mint mark, which makes the 1977 quarter without one a standard issue but still unique among collectors. When we say very good condition, we're referring to a specific grade in the coin collecting world. A coin in good condition shows moderate wear, with the major details still visible, but the finer details likely worn down. For the 1977 Washington quarter, this condition means it's been in circulation but still retains enough detail to appeal to collectors who prioritize history and rarity over pristine quality. Now, let's talk about value. The 1977 Washington quarter without a mint mark isn't inherently rare, but factors like demand, condition, and historical significance drive its value up. In very good condition, this coin's value ranges from $190,000 in today's market. So, there you have it. The fascinating story of the 1977 Washington quarter without a mint mark. Whether you're looking to add one to your collection or have one sitting in a jar at home, this coin proves that everyday currency can hold incredible stories and surprising value. Next up, the Washington quarter. In this video, we'll explore the value of the 1983 Washington quarter with a D mint mark, especially in good condition. So, if you're a collector or just curious about coin values, stick around. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, this coin has seen various designs and changes, but today we're focusing on the 1983 issue. The 1983 Washington quarter features the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse. Designed by John Flanagan, the reverse showcases the eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom, perched atop a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. The D mint mark on the 1983 Washington quarter indicates that it was minted in Denver. Coins with the Denver mint mark tend to have a slightly different production volume compared to their Philadelphia counterparts in 1983. The Denver Mint produced over 1.1 billion quarters, which means the 1983 D quarter is relatively common. However, certain factors can increase its value significantly. When evaluating the value of any coin, its condition is paramount. Coins are graded on a scale from 66,000, with 70 being perfect. A coin in good condition will typically show signs of wear, such as slight scratches or discoloration, but the main details should still be visible. For the 1983 D Washington quarter, a coin graded in good condition might fetch around $73,000, however, the value can fluctuate depending on the market and collector demand. Recent sales have shown that well-preserved coins can even exceed these estimates, especially if they have unique features or come from a well-known collection. If you're looking to add a 1983 D Washington quarter to your collection, there are several avenues to consider. Online auction sites like eBay, as well as local coin shops and coin shows, are great places to start when selling your coin. Always ensure you have clear, high-quality images and accurate descriptions of its condition. This transparency can help attract serious buyers. In summary, while the 1983 Washington quarter with a D mint mark may not be the rarest coin out there, it holds significant value for collectors, especially in good condition. As the market continues to evolve, keeping an eye on current trends can help you make informed decisions. Next up, the Washington quarter dollar from 1965, an exceptional coin with a rare twist. What makes this particular quarter stand out? Is it really a silver treasure? And how much is it worth in today's market? Stick around as we uncover the details. The Washington quarter first made its debut in 1932, honoring the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. Its initial design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, became a staple of American coinage. Fast forward to 1965, a significant turning point for quarters. Due to the rising cost of silver and increased demand for coins, the U.S. Mint made a critical decision to switch from 90% silver quarters to a copper-nickel composition. But amidst this transition, some rare anomalies occurred. Could your 1965 quarter be one of these hidden treasures? Now, here's where things get interesting. While 1965 was the first official year for copper-nickel clad quarters, a small number of quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These rare silver quarters are considered some of the most elusive coins in numismatics. How can you tell if your 1965 quarter is silver? First, check its edges. If you see a solid silver edge with no copper core, you may have something extraordinary. Additionally, silver quarters weigh slightly more, around 6.25 grams, compared to their copper-nickel counterparts, which weigh 5.67 grams. Grab a precision scale and measure to be sure. In very fine condition, a standard copper-nickel quarter from this year is worth around $40,000. Its face value, though some may fetch up to $100,000 from collectors. But if you have a rare 1965 silver quarter, the story changes entirely. Depending on its condition, these coins can, 1615, sell for anywhere between $450,000 and $740,000 at auctions. In top mint state grades, they've even surpassed $830,000. This incredible value stems from their rarity and historical significance. Before you rush to sell or buy a 1965 quarter, here are some tips. Authentication is key. If you suspect you have a silver 1965 quarter, have it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Condition matters. Coins in very fine condition are desirable, but mint state examples command the highest prices. Auction or private sale. Remember, even if your quarter isn't silver, 1965 Washington quarters hold historical value and make excellent additions to any collection. The transition from silver to copper-nickel clad coins in 1965 was so significant that Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, temporarily halting the minting of mint marks to prevent hoarding.